Diamond Center, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Meldon Law, UF Orthopedics, Atlantic Roofing, Ruzogra State Farm, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, Sensei Asian Bistro, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's the Dean of Gator Sports, Steve Russell.
And welcome into a Thursday edition of Sports Scene as you listen on ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM, WRUF. Nico's going to produce the broadcast today, and man, have we got a lineup for you today. I mean, A-plus lineup. It's going to start with the Gator Athletic Director Scott Stricklin. He's live in studio. He will take your questions, calls, and comments for the next hour. After that, the coach, Herm Edwards, will be here, talk a little NFL, and then Tony Dungy will be here. So we have three dudes today who are on the show, and dude number one is here. It's good to have you, Scott. Welcome.
I didn't know I was leading off with some heavy hitters coming in behind me. That's nice.
Hey, you're setting the table, right? You're the leadoff guy.
Let's get on base. Let's go.
Yeah. Again, if you have questions, calls, or comments for Scott, 392-8255. We come to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio. They've been doing the same thing for 50 years, ladies and gentlemen. The best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Go see them today. When you do, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you. International Diamond Center email is coming this way from Patrick. He said, love the John hire. Softball question. Every time I watch on TV, the stands look half filled, even though they're supposedly sold out. What can be done to fix this? I know a lot of people would take those seats.
It depends on the game, obviously, and I think it also depends on time of day. Candidly, some of the seats that are most visible from the center field camera behind home plate during those early noon games, certain times of year, some people may have walked back and gotten some shade and are standing. They're at the game. They're just, yes. they're standing and catching some shade a little bit. We have quite a bit of shade at the stadium because of the way the press box is structured. But those high noon games, it's really hard to create the kind of shade that we need. So that's probably what's being noticed there.
I would venture to say that because I think we all know how well softball is supported. Great Gator fans. Let's go to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. Daryl, hello.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Hey, Scott, thank you for everything you do as an AD at Florida.
Thank you, Daryl. It's a pleasure and a privilege. How are you today?
Doing good, thank you, sir. Hey, real couple comments. I love the easy access to get into the games, the entry with your phone recognition by face. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you saying that. Our ticket office began working on that technology. It's from a company called Wicket, and kind of piloted it in the student section, I think the season before last, and expanded it this past year. I think you're going to see more and more of that technology. And especially as, we get more comfortable as a society and having the frictionless entries, whether it's, for a while there we had paper tickets, then we moved to phones, and this is just the next iteration. That technology is really helpful in the current structure of Ben Hill Griffin, just because, our gate structures are kind of tight and it's hard to get as many people in a timely manner. And so anything we can do ahead of the renovation, which will open the gates and make them act and work a little bit better, anything we can do between now and then to make the process easier for Gator fans is a priority of ours.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you brought renovations up, Scott. Being a season ticket holder since '86 and a booster, and I understand the price of everything going up, but I just hope us fans that's been loyal to UF all these years don't get rooted out, because of stadium renovations to where we can't afford it no more. And I hope University of Florida tries to accommodate us in helping us, pay for this.
Darryl, I 100% agree. And the fact of the matter is, for this thing to work and to pencil out, it's got to be priced in a way where longstanding season ticket holders still want to come and think it's good value. And so that's going to continue to be a goal. I think there's a model that financially where we can afford this really important project without doing it in a way that's is not fair or overpricing tickets or anything like that. We're going to have some expensive tickets, but we're also going to have some tickets that I think a regular family, working class family can afford, and there'll be options across the board in all different kind of sections, and we'll have more options in the renovated Ben Hill Griffin than we currently do, which I think will be a plus.
Awesome. Thanks, sir, for everything you do, Scott.
Daryl, thank you.
Go Gators.
Taz, welcome.
Hey, how you guys doing today, Steve, Scott?
Doing well.
Good. A couple questions for Scott. Scott, the first question, when you were being courted by the University of Florida to become the next AD, by Dr. Fox, Manny, and Jeremy Foley, how much of that experience did you take for your experience into hiring coaches at the University of Florida?
That's a great question, Taz, and I've never really thought of it that way. So I don't know that I really use my own experience, except I understood what a unique opportunity this is from someone who gets the opportunity to become a Gator. And I tell that when I oftentimes meet with all of our sports teams, all of our student athletes to start the school year. I'm in the process of those meetings right now, and I tell them that everyone in that room, every athlete we have, that day when somebody offered them the opportunity to be a Gator is going to go down as one of the most special, unique days of their life because it's going to change their life forever. So that's how I felt when I had this opportunity, and I understand. I guess I share that with potential candidates for various jobs, that this is a unique opportunity. And I can tell you that unlike a lot of schools, a lot of places, there's not a phone call that won't be returned from a job candidate when it's the University of Florida calling. This is just such a unique place, obviously a top public university. I think we have the best athletics program. I think Gator Nation is the best fan base. We're the flagship university of the third largest state in the country with maybe the most dynamic economy going. And so there's I can tell you when I had the opportunity to come here, those kind of things made me realize this is such a unique, special opportunity. How can you not do this? And the other thing I'll tell you though is not everybody sees it the same way, even though it makes perfect sense to you and me. Some people have other things that motivate them or other things that are more important to them and how they prioritize it. They may not see this as the way that we do. They may not see Florida as the way that we do. And so one of the things Jeremy has always told me is you got to have somebody that wants to be here. University of Florida is not a place you should have to beg somebody to come to. And if you find yourself having to convince someone that Florida is special, they're probably not the kind of person that's going to be successful here. I think Todd Golden has a great message, and he said this on his job interview, what I'm about to say, and he uses it all the time in interviews, which is he talks about he wants a group of guys, he wants players and coaches that have great attitudes, have great work ethics, and want to be Florida Gators. And if you listen to him, he repeats that message all the time.
He does a lot.
And it's not just something to say. It's not a catchphrase. He lives it. Like he won't recruit somebody if he feels like I'm going to have to beg this person. They don't understand how special this place is, and if they don't understand it right now, they're never going to be the kind of guy we need in our program. And so I think it's the same with coaches, and you got to have people that understand how special University of Florida is. And when I came here, that's why I came here, because I certainly understood that.
All right.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, Taz. International Diamond Center email from Mark. He says, we are no longer watching college football. Former Gator and LSU edge Jack Pyburn, currently with the Bucs, signed an NFL contract. NFL training camp, played in the preseason game, got a couple of sacks. Louisiana courts granted them a temporary restraining order that could allow them to return to college football for another season. What's the first thing that comes to your mind hearing this, he asks?
I immediately thought of the Charles Bediako situation, the Alabama basketball player who bounced back from the G League and played a couple games, played against the Gators, and then obviously had his that decision get overturned. We need some common sense rules around college athletics, and right now, the path that everyone seems to take when they don't get the answer they want is just to go find a friendly judge or court, and that is it's not ideal, right? So, I'm a big proponent of the 5 to play 5, meaning you get 5 years to play 5 seasons. So there's basically no more red shirts. I'm a big proponent that 5-year clock. If you haven't enrolled by the time you're 19, it starts by the time you're 19. And then I think if you sign a professional contract with a recognized league, and I don't think you should be able to come back to college. I think that's common sense. But I don't know all this. I don't know the particulars of why. I haven't read that court ruling. I don't know what the grounds are. But I think those are common sense, and I think most people would agree with that. I don't know if we're going to get a federal bill passed, and certainly think it could provide some structure. Those elements are in the bill, which would be very helpful. I know Senator Tuberville thinks the current bill is too broad, and he wants what they call a skinny bill, which is basically would only take care of the eligibility issues that I just described, plus the one-time transfer instead of unlimited transfers. I don't know if we're going to get those things. It would be really helpful if we did. I will say this, just from a Gators perspective, and you didn't ask it from a Gators perspective, but from a Gators perspective, we need to be prepared to be successful in whatever the environment is. And right now we're living in chaos, meaning in college athletics. Yeah. And the Gators need to win the chaos, right? We just need to figure it, and that doesn't mean we're going to not do things ethically. It doesn't mean we're not going to have integrity, because that's always going to be important. We're going to have a championship experience with integrity. But, we've got to be able to figure out a way to go get great coaches, help them get great athletes, and go win some games for the Gators.
All right, let's go back to our phone lines. Gatorman, hello.
Oh, how you doing, Steve?
Good.
How you doing, Mr. Stricklin?
Gatorman, I'm fantastic today. How are you?
I got you one question. When you're hiring a coach, what's the main thing you look for?
If you're going to boil it down to one, obviously there's it's hard to say one thing, right? You got to have people who are really talented. You got to have people who have character and integrity and who are good people. Greg Popovich, the former coach of the Spurs, said something one time that I always think about when I'm looking to hire people. He says the Spurs like people who have gotten over themselves, meaning that they understand that they're just one part of a team. They are not the team. And even if it's the head coach has to understand they are one part of the team. Now, they're the leader of the team. They're an important part of the team. But they have to have a level of humility to understand that they're only going to be successful if they bring in other talented people, and those talented people have that same mindset. And so I think that's one of the things that make the UAA really unique. And I think that's been here for a long, long time. I'll even before I came to UF, I always admired the Gators, not only because of their success, but they had success without being arrogant. And some people may not, think of that differently. I always felt like anybody.
I'm sure there's a few, yeah.
But I always felt like, and I'm basing it on my personal interactions with people like Billy Donovan and Jeremy Foley and others I met throughout the UAA. My friend Steve McClain, who's with us here today, who I knew before I came here, or Chip Howard or Mike Hill. They never big-timed you, even though they had all the championship rings and all the success, and they were the Gators. You never felt like they looked down on you the way you may feel like some other successful programs might. So I think that's part of the DNA of the Gators of, hey, we're going to go out and we think we're the best, but we're also going to treat people with respect, and we're going to have a lot of humility about how we do it. And I think that's really important that we have people who fit that part of our culture.
Well, I got one thing you can add. Next time you interview a coach, you tell him you didn't get hired at University of Florida to look at the trophy case. you got hired to put something in the trophy case. And you guys have a good day.
All right.
Amen, Gator man.
Thank you, man. By the way, if you have a Facebook Live question or come to you courtesy of Ruse-Ogra State Farm, you can visit ograinsurance.com to learn more about their locations in Gainesville and Newberry. If you have a question for Scott, YouTube questions courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, where Coach Spurrier does his banking, serving our community for 90 years. We'll take a break, come back, more with Scott as you listen to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio on WRUF.
Stream all of our shows on YouTube. Search WRUF, home of the Gators.
Hey, it's Steve Russell for Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. Friends, they've been in business for 45 plus years, and the Cousins family has done just one thing, but man, they've done it right. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. I'm driving one right now, have been for a very long time. They've treated me right. They'll do the same thing for you. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville.
The Florida Legends Card Show is coming to Alachua County Sports and Event Center on August 22nd and 23rd. Discover sports cards, Pokemon and TCG, collectibles, vendors, and more. Saturday show runs from 9:30 to 5, followed by trade night from 6 to 9 p.m. And Sunday the show runs from 9:30 a.m. to 4. Admission is just $5, and Saturday trade night is free. Plus food and drinks will be available throughout the show, and best of all, proceeds benefit Isaiah 117 House. The Florida Legends Card Show, August 22nd and 23rd at Alachua County Sports and Event Center.
Nobody does catering like P.F. Chang's. Elevate your gathering with our buffet-style catering pans, packed with bold flavors and generous portions of your favorite dishes. We make it easy to serve and even easier to enjoy. From chopsticks to dessert, everything's ready for pickup or delivered right to your door. Choose individual meals, customizable catering packages, or build your own perfect feast. P.F. Chang's Catering. Your feast perfected. Order now at pfchangs.com/catering.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their gamberi salento, shrimp, fresh tomatoes, and zucchini sauteed in garlic and oil with penne pasta and Romano cheese.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Miapa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Miapa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine-in, drive-through, to-go, or catering, Miapa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Miapa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank. Member FDIC.
Foodies, this is not a drill. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. We're talking smoked New York strip, rich matcha curry, melt-in-your-mouth Chilean sea bass, and the fan-favorite Chunggang chili chicken. Feeling adventurous? Dive into fresh crudo oysters or treat yourself to A5 Wagyu tataki. Add in handcrafted cocktails, and you've got your next night out covered. Sensei Asian Bistro. Come hungry, leave impressed.
This summer, Hard Rock Bet has the hottest baseball betting odds in Florida. Vig, juice, fee, whatever you call it, we're cutting it. It's the 10-cent summer sale. That's flat 10-cent lines for winner, spread, and over-under pregame bets. Same bets, better odds. This August, only on Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Valid for moneyline, spread and over, under pregame markets with odds between -250 and +250 only. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Albuquerque. Weekdays at 4, right here on WRUF.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. Brought to you this hour by our friends at Quality Plumbing. When you need a quality plumber, remember, trust the company that's been serving our area since 1984. Quality Plumbing, their name says it all. All of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Meldon Law won't back down. In studio for the hour, Florida Athletic Director Scott Stricklin. He'll take your questions, calls, and comments. A couple of emails. Then I'm going to get to Bernard. I'm going to get these in order here. Brian, my friends and I enjoyed the Morgan Wallen concert. Thought the Swamp, as we know it, was a great venue. Do you see post-renovation concerts becoming more and more prevalent?
That is our hope. And, we actually are having some conversations about, don't know if they're going to come to fruition, but hoping to have one in 27 before the renovations really start hard and heavy. Don't know during the renovations what extent we'll be able to have those occur. It depends on some sequencing, but yes, certainly post-renovation, 100% would love to use the stadium for more than just football game days, and concerts are a great opportunity to bring big events to the city of Gainesville and our campus.
All right, let's go back to our Titan MRI imaging phone line. That's Bernard. Hello, Bernard.
Hey, how you doing, Scott? There's so many questions, and I got two right off. Number one, the Gators are coming to Orlando to play, I think, UCF at some point. Have there been any discussions about moving that game to Camping World Stadium, so which would allow for more people to attend, because you have a lot of Gators in Central Florida, and that's a shoebox stadium. And secondly, coming to the game, the renovations, I park and walk. Will there be escalators with the new renovation now? If I'm on the third level, I can take the escalators to the third level.
Yeah, thanks, Bernard. I have not had any meaningful conversations about the site of the UCF game. I think that game's in 2030, so we got a few years.
Okay, I didn't know that was that far. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit of time. The vertical circulation, which is basically just a term how people get moved from ground level up to upper seats.
I like that.
Vertical circulation that's an architecture term.
Yeah, I like that.
Has been a big emphasis in the renovation concept. So, whether it's escalators or whether it's better ramps or more ramps, there'll be a lot more elevators in the design. I think it's probably 4 or 5x number of elevators than what's currently in the Swamp. So that, the point you bring up is really an important one, because we do understand that we need to find as efficient way as possible of moving people throughout, not just up and down, but around the stadium as well.
Yeah, let me say this. I appreciate that, because I guess, like me, a lot of the fans are getting old, and I guess, are you guys going to put a patch? I know you're looking for this NIL situation. Are we going to put a big patch on a jersey or some to bring in a little bit more income for the football program?
Bernard, that's a really good question. We are having conversations related to a number of what I would call new marquee assets. The patch on a jersey being one of them. Sponsor logo on the field. We had a sponsor logo on the field for the last 2 home games this past year. We're close to wrapping up a deal to have one on for the whole season this year. The naming rights at the O'Connell Center have expired from Exactech, and so we're in talks to have a new naming rights partner for the arena there at the O'Connell Center. All those are really, the more revenue and resources you generate in college athletics, the better chances your athletes and coaches have a chance to be successful. It's just a pretty simple formula.
Man.
All right, Bernard. Appreciate you.
Have a great day.
Yep, thank you for your call. International Diamond Center email Brian, as a 25-year season ticket holder, I'm curious on how seats will be presented once the renovation's complete. I sit in Section 18 with many friends, have had their seats for a long time. We want to stay in our section. Wanted to ask what the priority is going to be for being in the same area.
Yeah, we're at the right time. We'll get that plan out to everybody. We will have a system that of priority that is based on how long you've given, how long you've been a season ticket holder, all those kind of things. We're some of that stuff is still being kind of formulated, and at the right time we'll get that out to you and make sure everybody understands it and we'll do something that's fair to everybody.
Another question, what factors did you see in Nick being the soccer coach and the best fit for the program?
Well, tremendous energy. Obviously, he's a Florida native, so being at Florida was really important to him. He'd had a ton of success recruiting the state of Florida and beyond, and had success as a head coach in the SEC as well. So a lot of good stuff there. Nick, like Coach Summerall and like Tammy Reese, the new women's basketball coach, they all bring just a tremendous amount of energy and presence. That's not everything. But boy, it
helps.
Yeah, it's a big part of it.
BB has two questions. Do you envision a day when we can expand the tennis facility where we can host the NCAA championships again?
I candidly, I don't know that that's a priority. Updating and renovating our team areas is a priority. We currently have 15 courts, 12 outdoor, 3 indoor. I think we want a facility that's going to help our athletes win a national championship and SEC championships. We need to do some things to the team areas to further enhance that, but that's our priority right now.
You said Steve mentioned the other day that some schools are up to $40 million a year for football. This continued escalation seems unsustainable. Where do you think this goes? Will we eventually have an NFL model?
That's a great question. We've seen so much change the last 5-6 years. It's hard to anticipate what that next level of change is. The most important thing for the UAA and the Gators is just be nimble and be prepared to go wherever it takes us so we have a chance for our athletes to be successful.
Let's see. Stephen, please ask Scott if any consideration has been given to a monthly payment option that's year-round. For example, I have football, men's basketball, women's basketball, gymnastics, and softball tickets.
Awesome.
Spreading those payments out over the year would make things much more budget-friendly, as I can imagine.
I know we do that for football, and I'm sure here's what I don't know, what's the name of the Stephen, I would encourage you to call the ticket office if you have a certain rep you work with, and based on the kind of customer you are, I'm sure you know several of them by name. My guess is whether we offer that across all sports or not, we'd be willing to work something out, to accommodate you. And thank you for supporting all those Gator sports teams. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Let's see. Richard, what are the UA policies about gambling by UF staff, athletes, and others? I know this is a delicate matter, but it's there.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. NCAA rules prohibit any staff member, coach, or athlete from gambling on any sport, pro or college, that the NCAA sponsors. So, for instance, an athlete could not gamble on the NFL because football is a sport that the NCAA sponsors. So that covers a lot of sports. It doesn't cover racehorsing. It doesn't cover boxing. I guess those are probably there may be some others, but and it's pretty cut and dried. And we have it's called a betting integrity firm that every school in the SEC uses and other conferences nationally use, that monitors any kind of online betting activity. Even like if we have a staff member who just opens a DraftKings account, we're going to know about it.
Wow. And
we get alerted to it. And then we have conversations. Hey, did you do this? Why did you do this? Have you placed a bet? And so there's no black or white. There's no gray area. It is black and white that, any sport that's sponsored by the NCAA, I don't care if it's a Little League game or a pro sports game or a college game, you're not allowed to bet on it.
This first hour of the show brought to you by Quality Plumbing. We'll take a break, come back. Scott's here for the remainder of the hour, so questions, comments for the Gator Athletic Director, ask. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Your home for the Tampa Bay Rays is WRUF.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City, serving you better.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
For the first time ever in a public setting outside the Heisman Trophy ceremony in New York City, three legends are coming to Gainesville. Join Steve Spurrier, Danny Warfel, and Tim Tebow together with their Heisman trophies for the Legends Gala at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill on Sunday, August 23rd. Enjoy an unforgettable night of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of Isaiah 1:17 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
If you're looking for premium, high-quality food served in an unforgettable atmosphere, you're going to love brunch at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill.
This is Coach Steve Spurrier, and I want to let you know that Spurrier's Gridiron Grill's delicious brunch is now served in a premium buffet.
Complete with build-your-own omelet station, served every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Reservations are encouraged, and walk-ins are always welcome.
Plus, you can enjoy bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. So join us every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3 for the best brunch in town.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
Happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. Coming to you live from the Southeast Cardincy studio here. We have a YouTube question, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union for the Gator Athletic Director Scott Stricklin, who is here for the balance of the hour. Todd wants to know, what's the status of starting the 2027 football schedule with Week 0 games? Are the Gators planning to arrange their schedule for a Week 0?
Yes, and we're not in position to announce that, but that is, I think you'll see every college football team do that because of the benefit of giving a second open date, an extra open date in the season, which is obviously preferential. So whatever that Saturday is, the last Saturday of August next year, I anticipate the Gators playing a game.
Cool. Let's get to a phone call here. JR, hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Stricklin. I actually called you and spoke to you maybe 2 or 3 years ago about the same issue. It's a personal issue where I sit. I've been a season ticket holder since 1980, and I was in Section 5 for years until the notice came out that they were going to build the north end zone, and gave the invitation that if people came in and put $200 down before they started building it, you could pick your seat. So I went right down to do that, and the reason being is because although my seats on the west side were decent, people always stood up in front of me at the major times of the ball games, and people wanted to go to the concession stand. But I was able to pick a place up on the north sunshine deck on the east side where I have a wall in front of me and a wall next to me. I actually look over and I can see the Gator band. Look to my left, I see the east side with all the students. And although it's hot in nosebleed area, my son and I love it there because we have no disturbance from other fans. The only issue is that when it rains in that area, and I had spoke to you before and you gave me some names to contact, and I did so, and I haven't been able to follow up, but I wanted to get the information again if I could. If it rains an hour before we get there and stops, we are ankle deep in water for the rest of the game. It does not drain, and that has been a bothersome issue. That's the only problem I have with that area. First question, would that area at all be affected by the renovation? And secondly, what can I do to resolve this if not?
I apologize it was not corrected. Give me your section and row number, and if you want to email Steve or if you want to give it on, whatever you want to do, when I leave here today, I'm going to take this directly to our
email me, JR, and I'll pass it along.
Yeah, that'd be great, JR. And so we'll make sure that gets taken care of. And, the entire stadium is going to be updated, and, we'll have new waterproofing and all that kind of stuff. I don't know that there'll be any structural, physical changes to that part of the stadium.
I could go and buy Quick Street from Home Depot and do it myself, but y'all would probably frown on that.
We'll get it taken care of, JR. I promise.
We get the point.
Okay.
All right, JR.
Okay, great.
Thank you, sir.
I will text. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Jewell, actually Sterling, love the show. Scott, thanks for coming on. Aside from football, what are the other major revenue-generating sports at Florida? Are we competitive within the SEC when it comes to NIL fundraising and spending in both football and women's basketball? Those seem to be two programs that have struggled to find success in the conference in recent years.
Well, the basic economics, I think, of any college sports program is there's two sports that produce positive net revenue, and that's football, men's basketball, and football, the majority of that. The rest, while often many of those produce revenue, like baseball and softball and women's basketball, their revenue does not exceed their expenses. So that's, we still try to generate revenue in all those sports, but it's just hard to keep up with the expense piece. Because of the diligent work of our friends at Florida Victorious, who, if you're a Gator, listen to this, and you have a vested interest in the orange and blue being successful, I encourage you to subscribe to Florida Victorious. They're still doing really good work on their membership part and how they utilize those funds to help create NIL opportunities for Gator athletes. But thanks to them and many great Gators and some of the work that Michael Seeley and his team are doing on the sponsorship side, I believe all of our sports are really competitive in their against their peers from a NIL opportunity standpoint. I always say, it's hard. You might find an outlier somewhere that's willing to only win in one sport, and so they're going to put all their chips in that. Obviously, at the University of Florida, we want to win in 21 sports. We want to win the All Sports Trophy. We want all of our sports compete for SEC and national championships, and to do that, we have to make sure that all of our sports are competitive in that space, and really in every space, whether it's rev share and NIL, whether it's coaching salaries, whether it's facilities, whether it's fan support. So fans, you have a role too to play here. We want to be competitive across the board, and I feel like, how do I say this without saying like the job's done? The job's never done, but I feel like our teams have a lot of resources right now that allows them to compete at the highest level.
International Diamond Center email. Hugh asked Scott, will there be more skyboxes available? How many people will be allowed in them? How will they be offered? Loyalty points, et cetera? Yeah, well, we addressed the priority earlier. We'll have a priority system. There will be a lot more premium seating, including suites, clubs, loge seat opportunities, and they'll be of all various sizes. I think that's one of the things we really don't have the opportunity to offer right now. Our suites are kind of one size fits all. So we'll have a lot more variety in those sizes because different people and different groups have different needs. Phone call on our Titan MRI and imaging phone line. Porter, hello.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Stricklin, thanks for taking my call. Two quick questions for you. I know scheduling is difficult, and we want each sport to sort of stand on its own and so forth. But any possibility of trying to pair up sports on a weekend to help the out of town fans? We've got friends who drive down from Jacksonville all the time, and if there was two softball games and baseball or what have you, and I would think even on the road, if you could get two of the Gator teams to be playing on the same weekend in the campus, that would be a draw for both, for them and the fans. Any chance of something like that?
Porter, it happens organically, but the fact of the matter is, I'll just take the SEC for an example. Every sport schedule comes out of the league office independent of one another. Right. So the basketball schedule, other than looking at what dates are available to play in a certain arena, they don't really look at what other sports are doing, and vice versa, women's basketball with men's basketball. The baseball and softball is the same. So some years we get a baseball and softball spring schedule where baseball and softball are both home, it seems like, every weekend, and they're on the road the same weekends.
Yeah.
And then some years it seems like they alternate, and one of them's always home, one of them's always on the road. But organically, I think sometimes we have the situation where they're both at home. We often have, especially in that overlap period in February, it's not uncommon to have a Friday night gymnastics meet, a men's basketball game on Saturday, softball and baseball both going on over the weekend, and then Sunday having a home women's game. We have those kind of weekends seemingly at least once every year. We have the similar thing in the fall with soccer and volleyball and football games. And then there's always a tennis match, those kind of things. So there's not a coordinated effort to do that. I did notice, and this is kind of serendipitous when it happens, but I can't recall the date. There seems to be a date this fall where our baseball and softball team are on the road at the same location the same weekend. And I think last year they were at Arkansas the same weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's right.
Because they shared travel, which is unusual. So, but again, the SEC office does not really look to coordinate that. And candidly, it's not a knock against them. It's hard to schedule any one of these sports, and there's a lot of challenges that go into scheduling 16 schools, and then adding in other sports in addition to the one you're trying to schedule just raises the degree of difficulty tremendously.
Fair enough. The other question is way ahead. I would think that we could do when Steve goes on vacation or we have those dead weeks in the summer. I would love to hear some classic Gator games broadcast. I know Gator fans would, and I would think it'd be easy enough to get some sponsors and get some advertising dollars instead of hearing ESPN. But just a suggestion. I'll take your answer off the air.
Well, that suggestion. Thank you, Porter. That is a local thing, but there's also getting the game, finding the game, rebroadcasting the game. How long do you do that? What do you do with the commercials? All that. We actually did that a few years ago over a summer. We replayed some of the games, and we will take that under advisement. Brian wants to ask, since Coach Reese was hired, has the university reevaluated its commitment to the program? Will more resources be utilized now than in past years?
Yes, as you would expect, anytime you hire a new coach, you get a better understanding of that coach's priorities and how you can support them. And Tammy laid out some compelling reasons why some additional support in different places could be beneficial and help that program be successful. So the short answer is yes. We're really excited about Tammy. She's put together a great staff, and obviously had to rebuild the roster, which is not unusual in this day and age. But excited to see her get going and be successful for the Gators.
Jack, I got to have you hold on. I got to get to a break. One final segment left with Scott. Still plenty of time to talk to him as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
The John Sumrall era begins this September. Catch every game right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM. We are your home for Gator sports.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC, 2026 GMC Sierra $399 per month, 2026 Chevy Silverado $379 per month. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months and no payments for 90 days on new Chevy Silverado. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and dock. All rebates and incentives to dealer may include loyalty, subject to lender approval. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Offers don't combine. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable, and when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
The Florida Legends Card Show is coming to Alachua County Sports and Event Center on August 22nd and 23rd. Discover sports cards, Pokemon and TCG, collectibles, vendors, and more. Saturday show runs from 9:30 to 5, followed by trade night from 6 to 9 p.m. And Sunday the show runs from 9:30 a.m. to 4. Admission is just $5, and Saturday trade night is free. Plus, food and drinks will be available throughout the show, and best of all, proceeds benefit Isaiah 117 House. The Florida Legends Card Show, August 22nd and 23rd at Alachua County Sports and Event Center.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A heat advisory remains in effect through 7 o'clock this evening. Peak feels like temperatures between 105 and 108. We'll see a little bit of an increase in cloud cover this afternoon. Winds from the west bringing in the Gulf breeze. Scattered thunderstorms developing along and east of I-75 later this afternoon and into the evening. A few storm cells today could be on the stronger side. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
Gator football returns September 5th, right here on WRUF.
Okay, final segment here with Florida's Athletic Director Scott Stricklin. Appreciate his time in doing this today. Let's bring Jack here. Hi, Jack. Jack,
hey,
go ahead.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Gotcha. Go ahead.
Hey, appreciate the show, gentlemen. I had a question about tailgating. Is TAPS going to roll out any new restricted areas, or are we still going to be able to park on the lawn of the buildings and tailgate as usual?
To my knowledge, I'll put it this way. I've not been informed of any changes to the TAPS policy, and we've obviously worked very closely with them, so I'd anticipate those being like they normally are.
Okay, so party as usual.
Have fun. Get there early and often.
All right. Yeah, we'll do it. Thank you.
All right, Jack. Thank you. Not sure what this means here, but Art, Scott, do you think we should finish above 500 for a few years before you use billions in funds to fix up the stadium when it just needs more bathrooms, handrails, and larger screens? Well, Art, I can tell you this without even Scott doing this. It's way more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just, I mean, you can elaborate, but I mean, come on, it's way more than that.
No, but I get the sentiment, and you know, at the end of the day, we all are invested in Gator football because we like to see them win, and that is the most important thing. Coach Summerall, his staff are spending no time worrying about this renovation. So I promise you, we're not distracting any brain power from the goal of the Gators winning. And the other question is, okay, why are you using the resources? Well, the resources generated from the stadium are going to come from those aren't the same resources you could divert into other areas for success. In fact, I think the resources that are going to be invested in restoring Ben Hill Griffin Stadium and making sure that it has several more decades and generations of fun for Gator fans is actually going to produce additional revenue that can then be turned around and invested into the success of the programs.
Okay, I did get the email. I'll forward you from the gentleman that
great.
called.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for that, and I promise I will forward that, and we'll get there. International Diamond Center email, Tim, do you ever reach out to other ADs within the conference with questions or advice on how to stay ahead of all the changes within the NCAA? How often does Commissioner Sankey reach out to the ADs for guidance on the decisions he has to make in reference to the Senate bill or playoff expansion? Good questions.
Yeah, well, who's that question from?
From Tim.
Tim, yeah, great question. There is a tremendous amount of communication and coordination between the athletic directors in the SEC and the league office. It probably would surprise fans just like how collegial and cooperative, even though we compete on the field, we obviously work closely together. So every 2 weeks at least, there's an hour and a half Zoom between the ADs, the SEC with the commissioner, and Charlie Huss, who's the deputy commissioner, and others. Sometimes we add extra ones, so it's weekly. We get together for face-to-face meetings 4 or 5 times a year. And not all those are reported on. The one in Destin and for spring meetings is obviously a heavy media presence, but most of the times media doesn't even know we're meeting. And when we get together face to face, those are often 2 or 3 day meetings. So not only are you there talking about bills in Congress or what's going on in the courts with court cases, what can we how can we manage this? I can say that. I can share with you that there is a huge desire for more structure and sanity, if you will, something that's more that doesn't seem out of control and running amok the way the current system does. It's hard to find what that looks like, and so we spend a lot of time as a league searching for solutions, and our presidents are a part of that. Our presidents have regular calls as well. We have joint meetings with the presidents from time to time with the ADs. So absolutely, and I think our league is the best in everything, sports-wise, but also feel like the leadership we have across the institutions in our league is super strong, and this AD room currently is as strong as it's ever been. We have a lot of really thoughtful people that I respect, that bring good thoughts and are really focused on, helping their institution, but also how do we help college athletics get out of the situation we're in.
Quickly, our last one, Andrew, go.
Hey, I was just curious. I'm so pumped for this year. I was curious, what home and what away game are you most excited to see this upcoming year?
Wow, that's a great question.
All right.
Thank you. That's a great question. Man, it's hard to pick one. I think the home SEC games are always fun. The first home SEC game against Ole Miss, I'll be excited about that one. That Oklahoma game, the first weekend in November, which is the week after Florida, Georgia, I think will be a lot of fun. Both of those games will either be an afternoon or evening game, so the Swamp should be electric. First game against FAU, we're 2.5 weeks away. Cannot wait. That's awesome. 16 days from now. that first road game against Auburn is going to be a fascinating one. Obviously, being in this league, growing up in this league, I remember when Florida and Auburn was an annual rivalry. Gators have not been to Jordan Hare, I believe, like in 15 years, which seems crazy. So, I'm excited to see Coach Summerall's first road game, and hopefully it'll be a win.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game, too, to open up the SEC. I was going to ask something, but now I don't remember what it was. After doing this all these years, once in a while I have a blank. Somebody wanted to know, is there any update to the stadium renovation at this point? Now I know what I wanted to ask you, too. What do you think is going to end up happening as far as number of teams in the college football playoff?
It's hard to say. I think I'm on record saying I think we should have more opportunities
for our league, right?
For our league, but for all of college football. I think when people hear playoff expansion, they think you're watering it down. But the bowl system, while still important, is not what it does not have carry the same importance it used to.
Right.
And so instead of thinking of it as expanding the playoff, I think of it as replacing bowl games that aren't as meaningful as they used to be with more meaningful postseason opportunities. And so we're currently at 12. That's better than 4. 16 would be better than 12. How does 24? I tend to think 24 is something we should look at, and I know we are looking at it. I know the conference commissioners are. There's a lot of challenges that come with 24 related to the calendar, where you fit the games, what it does to the conference championship games, length of the season. There's a lot that goes into it. I think they're probably all solvable, but we need to know those answers before we just run off and say, let's expand. So we'll be at 12 this year. Hopefully the Gators are one of those 12. And then whatever the number is going forward, hopefully the Gators win that number as well.
Well, and by the way, anything new on the renovation at all, or no?
No, we're still, we brought our contractor on board, and we're still working on, getting everything in place. Hopefully, can finalize and get formal submissions here in the coming months from the various boards we need to go to. So, but everything's progressing there. One thing I do want to say before we go off, I'm sure you'll mention it, but first Gator women's soccer home match is tonight. 6:30 against Coastal Carolina. Coach Zimmerman's first match in Gainesville, and hopefully we get a great crowd out there to support the Orange.
And then FSU.
And then FSU Sunday. Yeah. That's correct. So big weekend of soccer.
Appreciate you, Scott. Thank you for taking the time. That's our first hour. Hour number 2 kicks off with the coach, Herm Edwards, as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Want the latest in Gator sports news? Log on to WRUF.com, your online home for all things Gator sports.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com, and let your brand shine.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
College football is about to kick off, and there's no better way to experience every touchdown, every big play, and every unforgettable rivalry than with a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions, delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it at Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
Our Town Magazine and the Builders Association of North Central Florida invite you to the Our Town Home and Garden Show, August 29th and 30th at the Sports Events Center at Celebration Point. Presented by Entrust Roofing and Visit Gainesville, featuring over 150 vendors with exclusive deals for all of your home, garden, and patio needs. From landscaping inspiration to the latest upgrades and renovation projects. Tickets are only $5 and children 10 and under are free. Check us out online at GainesvilleHomeandGarden.com. We'll see you there.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. He's been broadcasting Gator sports for more than 30 years. He's seen it all and spoken with everyone. This is Sports Scene with Steve Russell.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency. And brought to you in part by Campus USA Credit Union, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Meldon Law, UF Orthopedics, Atlantic Roofing, Ruzogra State Farm, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, Sensei Asian Bistro, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's the Dean of Gator Sports, Steve Russell.
Welcome into Hour 2 of Sports Scene for this Thursday. Nico is going to produce the broadcast today. Hope you enjoyed the Gator Athletic Director Scott Stricklin. It's always fun to have him here. I'm also going to, in all candor, say this because Mike had emailed me here, and I don't want to be accused of not reading an email. He said, Urban Meyer, in his own words, left the program broken, protected a wife abusing coach, lied to Ohio State, was suspended, protected Aaron Hernandez, goes into more of this. To put him in the Ring of Honor shows a lack of the meaning of honor. He respectfully declined to talk about it and basically wanted it to be said that, he met the qualifications to be in the Ring of Honor, and he's in the Ring of Honor. Go ahead and call. And he's in the Ring of Honor. So it isn't like I didn't read your email, but that was the answer that he chose to give. And the fact of the matter is, over your objection or anybody else's objection, he is going into the Ring of Honor because he has qualified for it. Look, there are people that are in halls of fame that may not be the nicest human beings, but they qualify. So, again, but I wanted to make sure that I read the email, and I did that. So we'll move on. All right. I'm going to try to get Coach here. We're having trouble connecting with him. I'm going to text him now. Also want to thank our friends at Quality Plumbing for sponsoring the first hour of the show, and always appreciate all of our sponsors. And this hour, sponsored in part by our friends at Domino's Pizza. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or those late-night cravings. Nobody delivers like Domino's. Whether you're picking up or ordering delivery, it's fast, easy, and just a click away. You can order at GatorDominoes.com. We hope to get Herm today. Tony Dungy, great to have him today. He'll be here at the bottom of the hour today. So we are anxious to talk with him. And also, let's see here, a couple of emails before we go. And I'm trying to reach out to Herm. If not, we'll reschedule him. He does still have ESPN responsibilities, and maybe that snuck into this today. As Scott mentioned when he was here, Gators soccer tonight, we're going to have the game live for you beginning at 6:15 tonight. The Gators will host Coastal Carolina beginning at 6:15 tonight. Florida's first home match of the year. They lost 4-3 to open the season. In the interim of time that we have before we get either Herm or Tony Dungy, I urge you to go to the CBS Sports website because they had something there. Candid coaches, who will be college basketball's best player, okay? And apparently they did some polling anonymously. Gary Parrish, Matt Norlander surveyed nearly 100 men's Division I coaches in this offseason to ask some questions, and they did that. One of them was, who will the best college basketball player be this season? The player that got the overwhelming percentage of votes, Thomas Houck. 43% said Thomas Houck. The next closest, Jeremy Fears Jr. of Michigan State, at 15%. So by a wide margin, Thomas Houck could be the best college basketball player this season. Very interesting. And here's a couple of quotes from coaches, opposing coaches, on Houck. Quote, not only is the NBA ready right now, he's back and playing against younger guys in most cases, which is a great point. His biggest advantage is that he'll be running it back with a special group. Florida doesn't have to start over with a new roster. They've had non-traditional turnover and have guys back who were part of that national championship team, unquote. Throwback guy who's a proven winner, oozing with intangibles. He's gotten better each year in Gainesville. And he's proven he can perform at the highest level. What separates him is how complete his game is. He impacts winning in so many ways. He can score, rebound, defend multiple positions, make plays for teammates, and consistently makes the right basketball decisions. That's pretty good. And again, that's coming from other men's college basketball coaches. Also, it's the time of the year we do this. They have a column here, early bowl projections with a twist. Okay? Season hasn't even started yet, and already bowl predictions. And look, is it fun to do that? Sure it is. And what I like to do is look at this and take a picture of it, and then what's it like at the end of the year? Here's what CBSSports.com has. 9 versus 8, LSU, Ohio State. 10 versus 7, BYU at Indiana. 11 at 6, SMU at Texas Tech. And 12 at 5, UNLV, that's Dan Mullen, at Texas. Yeah, that's the first round projection. The top 4 above that, Miami to go 13-0, Oregon to go 12-1, Georgia to go 12-1, and Notre Dame to go 11-1. And they go through the entire bowl projection. They have Florida going to the Cure Bowl, playing USF. Now, again, how many months do we have left for this, right? But that's what's there. Go down the list. You'll see the rest of the they have South Carolina going to the Gasparilla Bowl. Let's see here. I'm looking for the rest of the SEC here. They have Bill Belichick going to a bowl. North Carolina going to the Fenway Bowl. Florida State going to a bowl. Going to the Mayo Bowl, playing Nebraska. Let's see. Tennessee going to the Texas Bowl. Oklahoma playing Clemson in the Gator Bowl. Texas A&M and Michigan playing in the Music City Bowl. Alabama playing Iowa in the ReliaQuest Bowl. Ole Miss playing Penn State in the Citrus Bowl. And I'm probably missing a couple of teams too, but I just wanted to give you a flavor of what that was like. I guess we're not going to get Herm today for whatever the reason, so we will reschedule him. I always like him being here. And for those of you who have given me questions for him, a couple of people did, I will save them, and hopefully he can come on tomorrow, and I will pass those along for him. Okay? So again, I hope everything's okay, because normally he's very, very good about happening and being on. So hopefully he will. Don't know if you saw this. Jaden Baugh, second team, Vernell Brown, third team, Jaden Woods, third team, selected to the coaches' preseason All-SEC team. They were also on the media preseason All-SEC team. So, again, we'll see what happens coming along here. And quick email here from Tom. Tom, this is long, dude. But he's basically saying, I think he's asking about last year we had football players come on the show. Will they this year? Yes, that is the plan. A lot of that has to do with the timing. The press conference this year for Coach Sumrall will be much earlier than what Billy Napier did. So that's a factor, because after that, the players come on. So we just have to kind of see how that will work. But it is certainly our hope on our shows, mine included, to bring you as many Gator players as we can. That's the plan. We'll take a break, come back, and then don't forget Tony Dungy joins us bottom of the hour as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
This is former Gator quarterback Shane Matthews, and you're listening to the home of Gator sports, WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Friends, if somebody's been in business for 45-plus years, doesn't that tell you something? Trust, longevity. Well, that is the case with my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville. The Cousins family has operated that business for the past 45-plus years, and they specialize in just one thing. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Great variety, great selection. I'm driving one now, have been for years. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
For the first time ever in a public setting outside the Heisman Trophy ceremony in New York City, 3 legends are coming to Gainesville. Join Steve Spurrier, Danny Warfel, and Tim Tebow together with their Heisman trophies for the Legends Gala at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill on Sunday, August 23rd. Enjoy an unforgettable night of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of Isaiah 1:17 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gainesville's best-kept secret is finally being revealed. Introducing Sensei Asian Bistro. Located in Celebration Point next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Sensei delivers a one-of-a-kind Japanese-French fusion experience that's as refined as it is unforgettable. Indulge in signature dishes like our smoked New York strip, Chilean sea bass, matcha curry, or the crave-worthy Chunggang chili chicken. Pair it all with handcrafted cocktails, fresh crudo oysters, or our premium A5 Wagyu tataki. Sensei Asian Bistro. Make your reservation today.
This summer, Hard Rock Bet has the hottest baseball betting odds in Florida. Vig, juice, fee, whatever you call it, we're cutting it. It's the 10-cent summer sale. That's flat 10-cent lines for winner, spread, and over-under pregame bets. Same bets, better odds. This August, only on Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Valid for money line, spread and over. Under pregame markets with odds between -250 and +250 only. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Tony Dungy joins us at the bottom of the hour. Herm Edwards will come on tomorrow. He had a Sports Center obligation that he couldn't get out of, so he is scheduled to be with us tomorrow. Cornelius Ingram will be with us tomorrow. Talk about his Hawthorne team. All the high school football teams open up their seasons, their regular seasons, tomorrow, and trying to get another couple of coaches to come on as well. I want to get your thoughts before Coach comes on here about all those players, including Jack Pyburn, that were granted more eligibility. Again, they were granted a temporary restraining order to return to college for one more year. I believe there's like 30 or 35 players that filed lawsuits. 16 football players. Some of them are currently on NFL rosters. That is the world now, people, that we are living in. So the players that were granted this have expressed an interest in being released, and if their teams release them by September 1, they can join a college roster under the restraining order. It's interesting, Pyburn, the former Gator, there's also a James Madison player that would play for Billy Napier, Trent Hedrick. Some Ole Miss players as well. So this is just, the lawsuit claimed the NCAA is breaching its, quote, covenant of good faith, unquote, by not giving the players the same chance to play for 5 years in college that past players got and future players will receive. So unless this is appealed, it looks like, well, I guess the NCAA has appealed now that I look at it. So we will see what ends up happening. And it isn't like these are superstar players, but look, some of them are on NFL rosters. It can't be all that bad. Was an Ole Miss tight end, was second team All SEC last year. He went to the NFL Combine. Okay? He signed with the Eagles, cut, later signed with Cleveland, where he's on the roster. Another, a defensive tackle who had 3 sacks and started 15 games last year. So, and a Carolina safety as also a 4-year starter for the Gamecocks. So these are players that if they go back to their schools, in theory, it would certainly help those schools. It's just crazy where things are now. And the problem is, just don't know where things are going. Some afternoon baseball today. I wish more people would call and talk baseball. I do. Cardinals and the Reds. Cardinals up 1-0. Brady Singer pitching in that game today for Cincy. I thought he was a goner. I thought he was going to get traded. He didn't. The Giants at the Guardians. Cleveland's up 2-0. That game just underway in the bottom of the first. Blue Jays and Rays are playing today at the Trop. They're in the bottom of the first. That game scoreless. There's also an afternoon game today, actually a bunch of them. Cags and the Royals hosting the A's a little after 2. Brew Crew hosting the Mariners a little after 2. White Sox hosting the Braves a little after 2. So a lot of afternoon baseball today. And the rest of the action coming up tonight. So I wanted to pass that along to you. A couple of emails, and then I hope we will get Coach Dungy here. Really looking forward to talking to him. I have before, but it was a long time ago. Looking forward to catching up with him. He's done a lot of great things. He's written some books. He actually came to Gainesville. Young man I coached, Nathan Whitaker, helped him write some books, and he was here to promote them. Just a class guy. But we're going to talk a little football with him, obviously, but then a little life stuff, too, with him. Looking forward to that. And a couple of people have asked questions. I can't take too many, but I will try and ask him if he will take them. I don't know why he wouldn't. But again, to be fair, I don't want to. I'll ask and see if he will do that. So look forward to that here in just a couple of minutes. We'll get Bert, and then we'll take a break. Hi, Bert. How are you?
Well, it's a litigious world we live in now, Steve. So sue them. If you can't get what you want, sue them.
That's how it is.
Get it. That's the world we live in. I'll talk baseball with you. A couple of things. The Rays are on right now. That pitcher they got throwing today, I checked his record out. He is in some kind of on the roll.
Well, the Rays are on a roll. I mean, they've had a really nice year. My worry for them is that their lineup is a bit top heavy. If those guys don't do well, what would happen? But look, they've done great, and you got to give them a lot of credit.
What's the word on that new ballpark down there? Has that been approved yet, or is it being constructed yet? Anything like that?
No. There are hurdles, I think, still to do that. I don't live there, so I can't tell you the ins and outs of that. But I think there's still some hurdles there, and it's not. I can tell you, it's not on construction. It's not.
Well, they just put a new roof on the Trop. It's fine.
Let me tell you,
grateful you're not playing outdoors in the Steinbrenner.
They're like 40-20 at home. The Trop has been a real home field advantage for them. I think they have the best home record in baseball, if I'm not mistaken. But if not, it's close.
That sounds right. Yeah. That record, that sounds right. That's amazing. How about my Tigers? What do you think? We still got a fighting chance here, but you're losing these games to teams that we should be beating, and not having Scooble, not having Mize in the rotation every 5 days. That's not been conducive to winning either.
No, and time's running out a little bit. They made that great run last year, but I think they're 4 or 5 under 500. And I just don't see it. They'd have to get hot in a hurry here.
Yeah, the one thing I do like is that we got something for Scooble. I think some of those pitchers and that Hope kid can be major leaguers sooner than later. The way things are going, why not promote them all?
Well, I mean, if they're out of it, you might see some September call-ups. We'll see how that works. Bert, I appreciate your call. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for talking baseball. We'll take a break. Our thanks to Quality Plumbing, a company you can trust since 1984 for sponsoring the first hour of the show. Second hour brought to you in part by Domino's Pizza. Tony Dungy joins us next as you listen to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency Studio on WRUF.
The Tampa Bay Rays play here all summer long. WRUF.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City. Serving you better.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
Ever dreamed of catching a touchdown pass from Tim Tebow or Danny Warfel? Or taking a handoff from the legendary Steve Spurrier? Then you need to join the Florida Legends Experience on Sunday, August 23rd. You'll receive a personal video of your touchdown and your football signed by the Gator Heisman winner. Enjoy an unforgettable day of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of the Isaiah 117 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Mi Apa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine-in, drive-thru, to-go, or catering, Mi Apa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Mi Apa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
You know you're doing something right when your customers tell their friends and neighbors about you. That's why Ruse Ogre State Farm is proud to announce the opening of their second location, 25527 West Newberry Road in Newberry. From auto and home insurance to life insurance and more, if you're in Gainesville, Ruse can help you. And now if you're in Newberry, Ruse can help you. Ruse and his team thanks you for your trust, your referrals, and your support. Visit either of their 2 locations or call to get your personalized quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
All right, we are back with Sports Scene. We're going to get Coach Dungy here in just a second. And again, tomorrow it'll be Herm Edwards. And again, he had a Sports Center I don't. Right, just go ahead and call him. Yeah, okay, all right. Kind of got me there, Nico, but okay. We're going to get him here in just a second. In the meantime, I have an email here to read. James, how are the Gators looking? I've been traveling and not engaged. I think it depends on who you talk to, James. I mean, obviously, we can't see all of the practices. I can get into that more tomorrow. I think most people kind of know, where their strengths and weaknesses are going to be here. But I'll get into that more tomorrow. All right. It is a pleasure to bring in a Pro Football Hall of Famer, a coaching legend, a guy you see on NBC covering the NFL. Tony Dungy joins us now. Coach, it's good to have you. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I want to talk a little football with you first here, understanding it's, preseason and all of that. What are some storylines that you're kind of looking at here in terms of, maybe the new coaches or, different things that we might look forward to here as the season progresses?
Well, to me, I always look at the teams that were good last year. What is coming out of their camp? How are they vibing? I look at the teams that have new coaches and what's going on there. And then the young quarterbacks. That's always interesting to me. Who's getting to play? How are they doing? What are people feeling about their new weaponry? And it's a little strange because this training camp preparation is not like what I was used to. I don't think we get to see the real teams, and we don't get to see people in action. A lot of teams don't play their starters in the preseason games, so you don't really know. But you can get a feel how they're responding to their new coaching staff, how these new quarterbacks are doing, and I think we're seeing some encouraging things.
It's a little different now. They don't play as many preseason games. And I saw, we're a Jags affiliate here, and Liam Cohen said, I need 24 hours to think whether I'm going to play my starters or not. What went into your thinking when it came to playing starters in preseason games?
Well, I can tell you this. When I came into the league in 1977, Chuck Noll had won 2 Super Bowls, and the starters, the plan was you played one series in the first preseason game, and then the second preseason game you played a quarter, and the third preseason game you played a half, and the fourth preseason game you played and you got yourself ready to go. My second year, we ended up winning the Super Bowl that year. We played Dallas in the last preseason game. Roger Staubach threw a touchdown pass to beat us with 29 seconds to go. It was his 50th pass of the game.
Wow.
That time we were playing like it was a Super Bowl. And our guys were upset. We had 29 seconds left. Coach Noll put Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swann, John Stallworth back in the game. We tried to win it. They stopped us. And those were the two teams in the last preseason game playing their starters the whole way, and those 2 teams ended up in the Super Bowl that year. So, yeah, it's a little different now. When I was coaching, I always wanted my guys to get the feel of playing, and I wanted them to know what it's like to go in at halftime, make adjustments, come out in the third quarter, and see how those adjustments go. So we always had a couple of games where we played our starters into the second half. Then, of course, that last game, you want to see who's doing what, the young guys, who's ready to go, if you count on people. So now, I'm going to play some guys that I want to get to see if they're going to be on the team or not, give them one last chance to make a great impression. So we didn't always play our starters in that last game, but those first 3 we certainly did.
One more NFL question, then I want to do some other things because of some of the books you've written and things like that. Look, you're in the Hall of Fame, and you played with a lot of Hall of Famers and against a lot of Hall of Famers. As you see quarterbacks now come into the league, Tony, do you think they're more developed, if that's the right word, than they used to be? Where do you see that in terms of rookie quarterbacks coming into the league prepared?
Oh, they absolutely are. I was blessed. I played quarterback in college, and I played for a guy named Tom Moore. We had a pro-style offense. We went no huddle at the line of scrimmage. We threw the ball. The quarterback made a lot of decisions out there on the field. That was different back in the day. But now you see these quarterbacks. They're throwing the ball 25, 30 times in a game. They're making reads, that type of thing. So they're a lot more prepared, I think, to come in and do things well. It's really been great to see some of these young quarterbacks get started very, very quickly. But it's still a process, and that's what people have to keep in mind. There's no guarantee you can win the Heisman Trophy. There's no guarantee you're going to light things up your first year in the NFL, and that's where we just need to have a little patience.
Tony Dungy joining us here talking NFL, but I also want to talk some other things, Coach. You are also helping players, talking with them, doing some mentoring. How did that come about?
Yes. Well, it started for me in 1981. I was just finishing my playing career. Chuck Noll hired me on his staff. I was a young guy with no experience, and I remember going into his office saying, Coach, what am I supposed to do? You want me to be a coach on the staff? What is my job? And he told me something that has stayed with me the rest of my life. He said, your job is to help your players. And as soon as he said that, I thought to myself, wow, that's why I love playing for this guy, because that's the way he approached things. He didn't want to be the boss. He didn't want to be the smartest guy in the room. He said, if we get good players and we help them be the best they can be, we're going to have a great team. And in his mind, helping them wasn't just helping them be a better athlete, wasn't just helping them learn how to block and tackle and catch and run. No, where do they need help? On and off the field, developing as people, developing as young men. If you help them, Tony, he told me, if you help them be a better player, you'll help them for 4 or 5 years. If you help them be a better man, better person, you're going to help them for life. So that's what we're all about. And that was the Steeler way. And that sunk into me. And so for 28 years, yes, I tried to coach and I tried to help them improve as athletes, but I wanted my guys to be the best men that they could be.
You have written several New York Times bestsellers, Quiet Strength, Uncommon, etc., among them. Where did the idea come, Coach, to write a book?
Well, that came from some other people. It wasn't me. It started out with a man you may know, Nathan Whitaker from Gainesville.
Oh, yes.
And Nathan and I worked together with the Bucks, and he hounded me for 4 or 5 years. You've got a little different way of doing things. You should write a book. You should talk about the way you do things. And I kept saying, no, Nathan, no, that's not me. Well, after we won the Super Bowl, he said, you can give people an idea of how you did it and how you did it a little differently than everyone else. And maybe you can set people on the right track. Maybe you can show some people the light of the Lord and how God helped you. So I thought about that and I said, yeah, that'd be a good idea. I'd like to do that. So we wrote an autobiography, Nathan and I, of mine called Quiet Strength. And at first, people didn't want to really take a chance on it. We went to a lot of people, and they said, no, I don't think so, especially because you got this guy writing with you that we've never heard of, and he's not a writer. He's a math whiz and a cap guy, but it turned out really well, went to the top of the New York Times list. So then they came back to us, Tyndale Publishers, and said, we'd like you to write a second book, and it could be on anything you want. And that's what really intrigued me, and that became my favorite book. The second one we wrote, we called Uncommon, and it was a message to young men especially, but all young people, about how to do things a little differently, be different than the world, not follow the world standards of, put yourself to the top and worry about yourself, but how you can be the best person that you can be. And that was my favorite one, and it was a lot of fun to do after we'd had a little success with the first book.
Tony Dungy joining us, Coach Tony Dungy, who's done a lot of things. You have a terrific wife in Lauren and 3 biological children, and I think 8 adopted children. That's a lot, Coach. What made you adopt those kids? What was behind that?
Well, we actually have a 9th one now. We have 12 kids altogether. And I really have to credit my wife there. We came to Tampa in 1996. We had 3 children at the time, and I thought we were in good shape. We're a nice family of 5, and we're coaching the Buccaneers, and that'd be great. There was a lady in Tampa that asked us to do a public service announcement for her. She had an organization that went around and talked to women about not having abortions. Hey, see this pregnancy through. If you still can't take care of the baby when it's born, we will find a 2-parent home for you. And she came to us and said, we need help. We've got too many babies, and we don't have enough adoptive parents. So my wife and I did the commercial, and we read the statistics, and we asked people to open your hearts, open your homes in the Tampa area. And then when we went home, my wife Lauren said, gosh, we can't just make a commercial. We can't just make a video. There's a need here. We've got to step up. So in 2000, we adopted a little boy, brought him home 2 days old from the hospital, and we could tell right away that God had placed him in our care, and this was a special union, and it was just amazing. So we went back to her. We did it again, and then we did it again, and then I got released, and we went to Indianapolis, and we're sitting at a middle school football game, my oldest son's middle school game, and we were sitting next to a guy. We're cheering. He's cheering for his son. We're cheering for our son. At halftime, we kind of introduced each other, and he said he was an adoption attorney. And we thought, what in the world have we said next to you? So we ended up adopting 2 boys in Indiana. And then we came back here after I retired, and we've got 9 altogether in our what we call our second wave, and it's been a real blessing.
Last 2 questions. One is non-football. I'm going to end with a football one. Your Impact for Living ministry. How did that come about?
Well, Nathan's dad, Scott, has a great organization called Impact for Living. He wants to show people what it means to live for Christ and to let that be your light and how to do things in life. We've done a couple of conferences together. It's been awesome, and I love sharing that part of it, that, yes, we can be totally sold out to ourselves and look out for ourselves and make our life the best it can be, or we can try to help other people and have an impact for others and an impact for living. And Scott Whitaker has been a tremendous friend of ours, and it's been a real blessing to work with.
Last thing, I watched the Pro Football Hall of Fame inductions this year, Tony, and I was really impressed with the speeches. I thought they were well done, came from the heart, a lot of class. And I've always admired people that can do those things, that can do something really, really well. So let me ask you, when you were inducted, what was going through your mind when you made your speech and you were inducted? What were some of the things that you were thinking about at that time?
Well, it was an honor, a tremendous honor, one that I never thought was going to happen to me. And they give you 15 minutes to say whatever you want to say and thank whoever you want to thank. And I had to really think, how am I going to break this down? There's so many players, coaches, teammates, as you mentioned, that had that impact. But what did I want to say? And so to me, I wanted to thank God, first of all, because he put all those people in my path and influenced me that way. I wanted to thank my parents for bringing me up, raising me the right way, and giving me those values that led me to work hard and those type of things. And then I wanted to thank all the people that had been involved and helped me along the way. So it was hard to do that in 15 minutes for sure. And these guys were fantastic. Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees, and so many of them, they talked about the impact of God in their lives. And to me, that was a great time to let everybody know, that's why I did it. I wanted to honor the Lord in my whole career, 3 years as a player and 28 years as a coach, and that was behind me, and that was the message I wanted to get across in my induction speech.
I forgot. Somebody had a quick question for you. Rich, your Colts rallied from a 3-touchdown deficit in the final minutes of regulation to beat Tampa Bay 38-35. What stands out to you most in that incredible comeback?
Well, that was a crazy night. The Bucs were defending Super Bowl champions. It was my first time back in Raymond James Stadium, my birthday, and I think our players wanted it for me so much that they did not play well in the first half. We got down 21-0, and it was just going to be one of those nights, we just didn't get it done. With 4 minutes to go in the game, we were still behind by 3 touchdowns. And I remember thinking maybe we should take our guys out and just rest them up for next week. And Tom Moore, my old quarterback coach and my offensive coordinator, said, not with Peyton Manning. I wouldn't do that if I were you. So I left the guys in, and 4 minutes later, we had 3 touchdowns, and it tied the game up, and it was just one of those incredible things. But I think, again, it was God wanted to give me a blessing and let it be seen that it wasn't me. There was no way you could explain what happened in real terms. You just had to say this was a miracle and this was something that God wanted to happen.
We'll end on that note. Coach, pleasure to have you. I hope during the season can get you back on once or twice to talk more NFL. But
I would love to, Steve. I would love to.
I appreciate that, Coach. Thank you for taking time today.
All right. Great to be with you, my friend.
Thank you, Tony. Tony Dungy joining us here, class act, obviously. We'll take a break, come back. We'll wrap the show up today. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Cardincy studio on WRUF.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC, 2026 GMC Sierra, $399 per month. 2026 Chevy Silverado, $379 per month. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months and no payments for 90 days on new Chevy Silverado. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and dock. All rebates and incentives to dealer. May include loyalty, subject to lender approval. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Offers don't combine. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
The Florida Legends Card Show is coming to Alachua County Sports and Event Center on August 22nd and 23rd. Discover sports cards, Pokemon and TCG, collectibles, vendors, and more. Saturday show runs from 9:30 to 5, followed by trade night from 6 to 9 p.m. And Sunday, the show runs from 9:30 a.m. to 4. Admission is just $5, and Saturday trade night is free. Plus, food and drinks will be available throughout the show, and best of all, proceeds benefit Isaiah 117 House. The Florida Legends Card Show, August 22nd and 23rd at Alachua County Sports and Event Center.
Hey Gainesville, tired of big banks that don't know your name? Meet Galabank. Locally owned, locally operated. With over 350 years of combined experience, we're here to help our neighbors, not just customers. No call centers, no appointments necessary, no sign-in sheets, and anyone can cash a check on us. No extra charge. Local bank, local people. Galabank. Find us at 7515 West University Avenue off Tower Road. Galabank. Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect stay in Gainesville? Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center is just steps from the Swamp, the closest hotel to UF. With 6 stylish floors of brand new everything, we've been completely renovated and fully remodeled for your comfort. Enjoy the best guest services in town, competitive rates, and a location you just can't beat. And don't forget about our rooftop pool. Whether it's game day, graduation, or a Gator getaway, make your stay extraordinary at Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center. Visit us online today for details and booking.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A heat advisory remains in effect through 7 o'clock this evening. Peak feels like temperatures between 105 and 108. We'll see a little bit of an increase in cloud cover this afternoon. Winds from the west bringing in the Gulf breeze. Scattered thunderstorms developing along and east of I-75. Later this afternoon and into the evening, a few storm cells today could be on the stronger side. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
WRUF, where Gator Nation comes alive. 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
There's kings, and then there's queen. Yeah, love it. Freddie, sing it, Freddie. All right, Daniel, International Diamond Center email in Georgia. Thanks for having Tony on. What an awesome person. Hopefully you can have him back. Was also adopted. What he and his wife did adopting is awesome, and what an impact they have made. Yeah, not only has he done great things in a football sense, but certainly in a life sense as well. And again, the way life works. A young man I coached in high school baseball, Nathan Whitaker, his dad Scott, became friendly. Nathan worked for Coach Dungy. And then all of a sudden, helps to write a book. It's a great story, and it's really cool. One more email, then we're going to say goodbye for today. Don't forget the Sports Lab is next, so don't go away. Herm Edwards could not be here again today, but he will be here tomorrow. He had an ESPN commitment he couldn't get out of today, but he hopefully is going to join us tomorrow, and we will have some high school coaches to preview some of their games as the regular season for area teams kicks off tomorrow. Stewart emails, and he says, Steve, where do you get your guests from? A wide variety of places, but mostly from all the years I've done this. And look, some, come and go, but I also try to get guests that are relevant. A guest 10 years ago may not be relevant today. Those change. But I think if you listen to the program, I think you know how much I enjoy doing interviews. They're fun, and I most of the time I learn something. And that's, I think, what a good interviewer should do, is learn something about somebody that they're talking to. I've learned that it's time to say goodbye for today. Nico produced it. Nico, thank you. We appreciate your work. And again, thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thanks to Scott Stricklin for being here in the first hour today, taking your questions, calls, and comments live on the show. Again, Sports Lab Gang next. I'll see you tomorrow for an Friday edition of Sports Scene. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you later.
Your new home for the Jacksonville Jaguars is WRUF 98.1